Hey guys, thank you for watching and welcome to my channel. This is Breaking Burke. It is about houseplants and gardening here in the desert of Albuquerque, New Mexico. In today's video, I wanted to share with you as I chop up my plant. This I did start as a air layering, probably I'd say about 2, maybe 3 months ago. It's been a while. I've been scared to chop it up just because this is one of my most expensive plants in my collection. I did buy it as I think it was a 3 or 5 leaf cutting or plant. And now it's definitely doubled in size. It has lost a couple leaves, unfortunately, but you can see this Monstera, not Monstero. It is the small form. You can tell because here on the back of the leaf, it's just nice and smooth. There's no little wrinkle muscle there. So, the leaves, when they do get bigger, they will develop more fenestrations, get a little bit bigger, but they're not going to be the huge 3-foot round leaves. These max out at about 1.5 to 2 feet. Still beautiful, still worth having, just a little less expensive. You can see here are my pruners. They are a little crusty, so I am going to make sure to wipe them down. This is just a disinfectant wipe. And be careful when you do this because you can slice yourself pretty good, pretty easy. I've done it before. But you always do want to make sure you have your pruners nice and clean so you're not spreading disease or bacteria or giving the plant an infection where you are cutting it. So you can see they are relatively nice. Now, if you do have a quality pair of pruners, I would not suggest using alcohol wipes on them because it will dull the blade. You could always oil up the blade occasionally, but using those alcohol wipes will definitely pull out the oils from the blade and could potentially ruin it. So keep that in mind. Let's just take a look at a couple of these leaves here. I don't know that I'm going to chop it all up, but I will definitely show you what I'm doing. So it is growing in moss. You can see there's a couple containers kind of wedged in here. And now that it's getting a little older, you can see the inner node spacing over here is definitely a lot more stretched out. I'd be a heck of a lot more comfortable if it was like that all the way down. However, when you start these plants off, the inner node spacing is tighter. You can see right here, that's only about 1 inch between each leaf there. And it does get smaller as it goes down. So keep that in mind. On a Monstera like this, it will, unless it's the top cutting, it will grow from here in the crotch area. So that's where you want to be careful of not damaging. They do have other nodes along the shaft here in case that one does get damaged. It could potentially come out there. However, there's not a real specific way to find it. So unless it's activated and growing, you're kind of left with a guessing game. So let me see if I can get this to where we can actually see. Further back is good. I think what I'm going to do is chop it right here. Okay, now. So scared. Let me turn it around just to make sure I'm not going to cut a root off. And it's a good thing I did, because if we look there, oh, sorry, right there, on the opposite side of that finger, there's a root going down into the soil. So I need to make sure I get below that, or above it. We'll do above for the first cut. Okay. And it looks like one of the pieces that was rooted actually had a little bit of rot on it. So there's not, see, we can see all that mush. That's not rooted like I thought it was, which is unfortunate. But I mean, you know, that's the risk you take. I'm going to come through and put another chop in it here. Okay. So it looks like this top piece wasn't rooted at all. I thought it was. It looks like we had a bit of rot going on that moss in the top cut, so that's unfortunate. But it does still have the area where the air root came out of, so it will definitely grow. So since this is the top cut and it does have a couple nodes or aerial root, I'm gonna take it a little smaller. So here's what we're left with. This is the top 2-leaf cutting. Here is the next one. And what I thought was rooted in here is only one piece that's rooted. I don't know how well rooted it is, but I'm not going to mess with it too much. Let's see what we can get off here. So yeah, it looks like this definitely did root in and then for some reason started to die back. But it does have enough of a root to where we can make something work on it. This here we can divide again. It's going to be a small propagation and very bad if it does start to rot, because then we're not going to make it be able to trim anything off. It's going to be this is our one shot. So what I want to do is come through here and safely get between the nodes. I don't know if it's actually going to work. Okay, we're going to do that and we're just going to go for it. Now, one chop would be better. I had to do it in two because I was a little scared there. But you can see that is a tiny node. If it does make it at all, I will be surprised. This one's a little bit better, but still small. So, like I say, right here is where the growth node will come from. So, these will probably get water propagated. You can see that has some damage on it. This one has a little tiny fenestration. Beautiful pattern on this plant though. The markings are definitely one of the best I've ever seen. Now we have this crazy little bottom piece. So I'm going to pull it out of the pot, see what we got going here. So funny because I have handled this plant like it is a real baby for the longest time. Like scared to touch it and hold its stem up while I'm carrying it so I don't let it roll back and break off like a baby head. But you can see there are still a few more nodes, plenty of nodes down here actually. So I think I might chop that further. You can see that the roots on this one are magnificent. It's with the cup full. I got this in December for myself because I wanted one for the longest time and I decided why not. So right here you can see there's another rooted piece. So I'm going to see if I can reach down in there with my pruners and snap. Okay, so this one, oh wow, if we look in there you can see there are tons of roots. So that is one of the best propagations yet. It does have, like I say, a small inner node spacing because it was towards the bottom of the propagation, but definitely worth it. Will definitely take off. And then I'm left with this. This is the mother cut. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to cut it further or if I'm going to try and score it to see if I can get multiple growth points. So for now, this is where the video ends. I will hopefully give you some updates on this. And I did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuttings at the very least. And I could probably do double that if I leave just wet stick or rooted node cuttings. But that's about it. Keep an eye out for updates. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And have a great day. Bye.